What is up, me little sugar buggers? Welcome back to the channel for the very first part of Let's Play The Sims 4 Brookheighs. So the other day, your girl posted her very first impressions on the brand new open world mod by Arnie called Brookheighs. And initially, we just kind of skimmed the surface, checked out the brand new world, saw some of the new interactive objects, also purchased a car that was kind of glitchy, and we did the thing. Now, I did cheat to get into Brookheighs, but as mentioned in that video, there is a whole story mode attached to this particular mod, which I wanted to kind of go and explore. However, I don't want to make this an LP. I've got way too many things coming on the horizon, way too much on my plate right now, but I did want to check it out because obviously I'm a huge storyteller. I love storytelling in general, so that is definitely a mode I wanted to check out. I also went ahead and gave Amos a little bit of a makeover just to make my version of him different from everyone else's, because I feel like everybody who is currently checking out story mode is playing him as he is. I mean, he kind of is the head honcho of story mode, so it makes sense, but I just wanted to make my Amos look a little bit different, and boy, does he look dashing. Anyways, this is also his sister, FYI, Amelia Brooks. I thought this was his wife for whatever reason, just because, again, I didn't really check too much into character development. So anyways, here we are inside of the Brooks household. We have Mr. Amos and Amelia Brooks, which just so happens to be Amos's sister. Originally, I thought this was his wife for whatever reason, and that was because I didn't really dive in to the character details at all whatsoever. When you install Brookheighs, you will actually be greeted with this particular family. If you want to play story mode, I highly suggest that you stick with them. But if you just want to dive into Brookheighs and you do not want to play story mode at all, you will be able to click the mailbox and actually go to Brookheighs directly with whatever sim you want to play with. But again, for the sake of this video and for the sake of checking out story mode, we're going to be playing with Amelia and her brother Amos. There will also be a home that they will be placed in, and it looks like this. So obviously it's going to replace the EA house that currently stands here. And this home in particular is really, really nice. It's super modern. I love the solar panels. I feel like this family would fit perfectly in Port Promise. But of course, if you don't want to play in this home, it's obviously not important. But there is one specific item that I feel is of great importance, and it is this painting here that kind of gives you a little hint, I suppose, as to the whole story behind Brookheighs and why Amos wants to discover it. Again, it's all in the details, especially when you download this mod. You'll learn a little bit more about the back history with the particular story mode of this mod. I feel like there's something else that I was going to tell you. Oh, also the Willow Creek map gets changed, but again, if you want to know all of those things, just check out my original video where we kind of just do a first impression. So I decided to kind of fast forward to the morning. Initially, when you boot up the save, it'll be kind of midday, which is inconvenient to say the least. So I'm gonna have Amos over here kind of talk to his sister Amelia for a hot second and explain to her that he's always kind of had a really weird feeling from this. Hold on, Brooklyn Heights West Mall is now closed. Okay, that's a little strange, but anyway, he's always kind of had this weird and eerie feeling from this family portrait that has been hanging on their wall. And a part of him really wants to examine this photo and just really see if there's any details as to maybe his family lineage or why this painting or photo is so important, what significance it has. But as you guys can see, we can't really check it out right now, so I'll be right back. It is now 9 o'clock, and earlier when Amos tried to examine the photo, he wasn't able to, so I'm gonna go and have him do this now. When you click on the photo and click examine picture, it will actually kickstart the Brooklyn Heights adventure. It says, you are about to start the Brookheighs adventure. Your sim will quit their job, travel to the world to find clues about the lost city of Brookheights. Are you sure you would like to continue? I love this picture. This is all we have left from our parents. But wait, what's that written behind it? I've never seen this before. The message says, Amos, Amelia, Jeannie, and Frank, picture taken by Grandma, Brookheighs, 1996. Wait, Grandma took this picture? And what is Brookheighs? I've never heard of this place before, and she never told us anything about it. Maybe I should visit her. I haven't seen her much since she moved to Oasis Springs. Now, your girl is definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I can absolutely take a freaking hint. Apparently, the next thing Amos needs to do is visit his grandma in Oasis Springs. But first, take note of his reaction to examining the picture. I think it is absolutely freaking perfect timing. But also, another thing I noticed is we have this Brook Heights Adventure Story Mode in our career panel, and essentially, it almost acts like a job, which I wasn't really expecting. So I don't know if there is like any obvious cues as to what we need to do. Like if we go and examine the photo again, it literally will pop up with the same message. So I feel like I'm gonna have him go and visit his grandmother, which I'm not sure who his grandmother is, because it isn't quite popping up. So what I think I'm gonna do is hop in to his genealogy, and then hopefully that will tell me who my grandmother is. So my grandmother is Regina Brooks, and if you look at his parents, they have literally been erased. Naturally, before Amos embarks on his adventure, he has to say goodbye to his sister. She is a little scared and concerned, mostly nervous for what it is that he will find. But honestly, trying to piece the puzzles to the bigger picture has been a mission of Amos's for a lifetime. So naturally, she's going to support her brother on his quest. Okay, so we just arrived at our grandmother's residence, and I'm not gonna lie, Amos is feeling a little bit nervous to even knock on her door, but we're gonna kind of give him a little gurge, a little nudge, if you will, and have him go and take the first steps to hopefully finding out what the heck is going on. All right, so this is the home that she lives in. I'm not sure if this has been renovated or this is kind of how it looks. I find it really weird that a grandmother with seemingly no children would have a home quite like this. And also, side note, like, where the hell did she go? I do believe there is a basement downstairs, so that is where our grandmother Regina is. And I'm not seeing anything. Oh, just kidding. It says right here, ask grandma about the picture in Brook Heights. Yes, absolutely. Call her out. But yeah, the home itself, maybe this is the home like they grew up in or something, and she's just kind of held on to it. I'm not exactly sure. It just feels weird. Like I said, she's a grandmother. She doesn't have any children. She doesn't have anything else. Like, why does she have a house like this? I'm not sure. Also, I don't know if you guys haven't noticed, but what is all of this? Hold on a second. I feel like this is like a secret passage, and ooh la la, I'm excited. Okay. All right. Hold on. Anyways, we're going to ask her about the photo, but of course we've given her a hug. It's been a really freaking long time since we've seen her, and we've got so many questions to ask. And Regina is kind of shocked that that for whatever reason, Amos took the photo off the wall and looked at the back of it. She always knew that someday this day would come. Grandma, about the Brook Heights picture. Oh my gosh, Amos, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you anything, and I don't even remember the text that was written behind that picture. When your parents passed away, my heart was so broken that I couldn't even say anything. I guess you should know that Brook Heights is a hidden city, very, very far away. Only a few have gotten the chance to go there, including your parents. But I have to tell you, this picture wasn't even taken in Brook Heights. It was taken in Willow Creek, and I've never been to this world. Maybe your parents wrote this for you to find your way back one day. I've been told it's a world with no limits, no boundaries. I have no idea what that means. There is something else I've never told you, and I'm so sorry about that. Maybe it's time for you and your sister to learn more about your origins. I have something that belonged to your father, hidden in the basement. Maybe it could help you. But promise me something, Amos. If you and Amy find Brook Heights, be careful. And please come back sometimes. When your parents went there, they never came back. And I couldn't live with myself if something happened to you. Even though Amos thoroughly understands his grandmother's concerns, that's not going to stop him from trying to find answers. So I'm wondering what our next move is. I'm pretty sure it would be to go through the hidden bookshelf and then ultimately end up in this room where there appears to be a map of some sort. So I'm not exactly sure if he's going to be able to go through that. Oh, that was really easy. Okay, that was a lot less complicated than I thought it was going to be, but it appears we're in an empty room with a huge old map, and it says examine Frank Brooks map. But also there is a bunch of bookshelves and things of that jazz, which don't seem to really have any sort of significant importance. So I guess what we're gonna do is take a deep breath and examine the map. I'm really excited to see what happens next. It says this map is weird. It looks like a picture taken from the sky. There's a red mark in here. What could that be? Definitely not in Willow Creek. I know each neighborhood by heart. Thanks, Grandma. I'm finding this place now. So we've been sitting here looking at this map, and honestly, I cannot figure it out. I was clicking on it thinking that maybe it would just teleport me to Brook Heights, but now I have a feeling this is going to be a lot harder than I initially thought. So I decided to get a little up close and personal and actually try to decipher what this map is trying to show me, because I feel like it is a true and genuine map. And I feel like this is supposed to mark something in our map view. The only issue is, obviously, this isn't Oasis Springs. Clearly, it said it wasn't Willow Creek, which turns out to be true. The only other base game world that kind of has like grass and whatnot is obviously Newcrest. So once I stumbled upon that, I did notice the Midtown Meadows bar was an option. I'm gonna leave Amelia behind because she's never been one for adventure, and to be honest with you, in case they never return, Amos would much rather not suck Amelia into a dangerous situation, since it seems to be a very real possibility. So here we are at the Midtown Meadows. We've got like a little gravitating fishing thing, bucket, whatever. This is actually a really nice little bar, even though it's small and there's not really a lot going on here. I kind of like it a lot. So I don't know what exactly it is that we are supposed to do now. We're gonna go and be a little friendly. After all of this excitement, I'm glad that we ended up here because Amos needs a quick little drink, and typically he isn't one to drink at all, but whatever his favorite drink is, that definitely sounds good right now. So if I've learned anything so far about trying to discover Brook Heights, it's that usually the clues come in the form of art. So there are a bunch of like fish plaques, but I don't see anything here that is going to help me kind of, you know, figure out any more additional clues. But what does look very sus is this little novel on the wall. So once you click it, it says read the registry. Now I know for a freaking fact that this isn't usually here, so I don't know if Amos is ever gonna get that drink, which just so happens to be what is his favorite drink? I don't know. You know what? It doesn't even matter. You know what? He's like, on second thought, you know what, Liza? Just pause, because has this always been on the wall? And she goes, yeah, that's the registry for all of the fishermen in the area, and yada, 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 and whatever. Do you want your drink? He's like, you know what? No, I think I'm good. And obviously walks over to the wall and starts to read the Fisher's Registry. The Fisher's Registry is a book that identifies each fishing boat that has been registered in the last 30 years. Interesting. Let's take a look at the year 1996. Nothing. Maybe 1995? Oh my gosh. Yes, I found it. Frank Brooks registered the fishing boat the day before Winterfest of 1995. The boat is declared to be docked in Magnolia Promenade. That's it. I didn't know my dad had a boat. Let's go to Magnolia Promenade. It should be in the sea. So with a couple weird stares and possible judgment from Eliza friggin' Pancakes for up and leaving so quick without even finishing ordering our drink, we are now here in Magnolia Promenade. Something I've noticed, we have custom maps for literally all the worlds, or not all the worlds, but some of the worlds that are featured in story mode except for Oasis Springs, which I found kind of bizarre. But it needs to be close to the sea. Now, I feel like this particular, I guess, like lot is like shining at me for whatever reason, but I guess if you hover over any of them, it'll do the same. We're gonna go to the roadstead just in case. Like I said, I want to be as close to the ocean as I possibly can, because apparently it's gonna be in the sea, which is weird, because if we're gonna be using worlds that aren't base game, which I thought for whatever reason that was going to be the case, then I feel like Brindleton Bay would have made a lot more sense, but whatever. Anyways, here we are. Here is the steamboat. I'm not seeing anything right off the bat except for this? Interesting. A random sailboat. Let's actually have Amos come to the edge of the dock here to investigate. Also, another thing with this mod that is super duper freaking annoying is constantly we get this thalosphobia. I don't know how to say that. Basically, it's like he's like near the ocean and he's getting freaked out by how deep the water is. It's really odd. I don't know why that keeps happening. Maybe he is a sim that is afraid of the water. Hold on. It doesn't appear to be so. I don't know. It might be just a bug or something like that. Anyway, we're going to search around Frank's boat, and I love how he just dives straight on in. Oh my God, look. I don't know if you guys can see like the little, oh my gosh, is this a glitch? He's under the water running. Like I can kind of see it, but like also I can't really. Can we actually look underwater? This is so weird. What is happening? Hopefully he'll run over there. Okay, he's actually swimming now off the shore of Magnolia Promenade, which I didn't even know was a thing. Probably a part of this mod, honestly. And here we are. We've made it to Frank's boat. I just found a note on Frank's boat. It says, water it and it will grow. Talk to it and it will share all of its secrets. Enter it and the glade will appear. I know what this means, and I do actually know what this means. He's talking about the secret tree that enters the glades. Amelia heard Amos pull up and instantly ran outside because he's been gone for a really long time, and she was just curious to see if maybe he found anything on the photo or any information from Grandma. And as predicted, Amos is trying to like blow it off, but she's also not stupid, and she's wondering why he has no shirt on and why he's sopping wet. But of course, Amos, being Amelia's brother and wanting to protect her at all costs, he's just kind of brushing it under the rug and telling her it's nothing, and he hasn't found anything out just yet. Now, we are going to come over really quick and check out the what's it called, the magical tree. It says we can travel to the Sylvian Cyvelen, I don't know how to say this, glade, which is, I'm like literally probably pronouncing it so much more difficult than it is, but it normally you'll have to unlock this tree, but I guess this mod will instantly unlock it for you. So here is Amos taking a little peek inside the tree, and we're instantly going to go and travel to the glades. This is probably one of my favorite hidden worlds ever out of Sixum and out of the other world. It is literally gorgeous. It's so freaking mystical. I wish that you could live here. Like I would love to live here. Like imagine having like a little like elven cottage or something like that. I think it's pretty obvious what the clue is here because it's literally a freaking airplane. So we have two options. We can view it and we can also search for clues in the plane's debris, which obviously we are going to do. I'm trying to wonder if this is like emulating a crashed plane, but I literally just got the answer. It's a broken plane. Here's a note. Amos, Amelia, I hope you find one day this note. Your father and I have always tried to protect you. We love you so much. You can't imagine how much we love you. Your grandmother is going to take care of you now. And once you are grown up, I hope you will find the clues we have hidden all around the world for you. To go back to the place where you belong, Brookheights. There's so many things we would like to tell you, but we can't. Go to Brookheights, live your life freely, and maybe one day you will understand what's happened. Go to the airport, grab a flight. There's an old apartment waiting for you in Brookheights. Be grateful, be happy, love whoever you want, and always be proud of yourselves. We love you so much. Your mother, Jeannie. The airport is located in West Oasis Springs. Although Amos is super duper excited to be one step closer to discovering Brookheights, there is a huge part of him that feels a great amount of sadness after reading that note, because all that he wants more than discovering Brookheights is to see his family again. But it kind of appears to me then it isn't going to be the case. But of course, we should probably get dressed and head on over to the airport. I'm still not confident or ready enough to take Amelia, but a part of me also hopes this isn't like the Bermuda Triangle and we're never going to be able to come back. Okay, so we have arrived at the Oasis Springs National Airport, and wow, won't you guys take a look at this? It is absolutely freaking incredible how realistic this thing looks. This building alone is massive, and I also love how it is like actually attached to the little bar building thing. So here is what the interior of the airport looks like. We have a little bar, we have a little place where we can snag some coffee while we're waiting for our flight. There's obviously a metal detector, a bunch of like TVs that show the schedule, and then over here we have the waiting room. So our flight actually is currently in the taxi, or is that the I don't know how to say this. Like I've been on a plane so many times. A plane, guys. I've been on a plane so many times, and I don't even know like what the correct, like the terminal. Sure, is that what it is? Okay. So once you click on it, it says take the plane to Brookheights. It says, oh no, you've missed today's flight to Brookheights. Come back in 1 hour before the next flight, or come back 1 hour before the next flight to get a chance to go. The thing is I'm not sure when the flight is going to be. So I'm gonna kind of wait a little bit to see if maybe possibly we'll be able to catch it tomorrow. But again, don't really know when the flight is going to happen. So I feel like I'm going to wrap up this episode here. And then in the next episode, we will catch our flight to Brookheights. And yes, I've been calling it Brooklyn. You know what? Honestly, at this point, it's, tomato. Anyways, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. And if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.